With Stranger Things Season 5 slowly approaching the corner, I would like to make a video that's related to Stranger Things. Hey guys, it's Evan, and today I am going to be sharing my unpopular opinions on Stranger Things, based from Season 1 all the way to Season 4. Now, I know that the Stranger Things fandom is not really accepting when it comes to unpopular opinions, but I'm gonna say this right now, please do not attack me for my unpopular opinions. It's just a trend that I've been kind of wanting to do for like a while now, and Stranger Things is one of my favorite TV shows currently my all-time favorite. I have watched the show like since I was like in 8th grade, from what I can recall. I have all my unpopular opinions on my phone, and now I'm going to share them. So let's get started. Alright, so my first unpopular opinion is from Season 1. I thought Jonathan photographing Nancy and her friends was really creepy, and I felt like Steve had the right to get mad at him for doing that. The only thing I disagree with was the fact that he harassed Jonathan in the alleyway and made fun of his brother that was believed to be dead. I am one of those people that Jonathan was really creepy. Why would you take, I get that you were trying to find clues or something, but like why would you take photos of just random teenagers? Like, come on, man, that's not what we're here for. And also, yes, I feel like Steve definitely had the right to get mad at him for it, because honestly, stalking is creepy. I feel like Steve did have the right to get angry, but not to a point where he just makes fun of his brother that's presumed dead. That was just not a good choice. That was just not a good look on Steve. That was a negative aspect of Steve. I still like Steve though, but Season 1 Steve was kind of a bit of a but he did develop. Moving on, I think that Lucas's character had a lot of development in Season 4. I feel like he is relatable in some ways and is somewhat of a good representation of a teenager. I'm gonna be genuine here. I never really liked Lucas that much when I first started watching it. I just feel like he was kind of a bit of an asshole at some points. But I will say, as the seasons progressed, I feel like I started to like him more and more because he started developing. And I feel like Season 4 really kind of was just like, oh my god, wait, this is actually relatable. Because Lucas quits the Hellfire Club and he ends up joining basketball because he wants to be popular. That's something we as an audience can somewhat relate to in Lucas's situation. Lucas was relatable for that because honestly, who doesn't want to be popular? I mean, some people do, but I feel like most people just don't care. There is also a book of Lucas during the events of Season 4 that goes into his point of view. There was a lot that was relatable, especially at one point where he made like a note saying that he wanted to get out of his comfort zone. I feel like that was relatable to me. That kind of reached out to me because one of my goals in high school was definitely I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and try new things, which fortunately I did. I feel like that was something I really related to back in high school, especially since I watched Season 4 as a freshman. I am currently a college student right now. Sorry for the off topic, but yeah, I feel like Lucas is a good representation of a teenager, honestly. Okay, this next one is probably gonna get attacked by the whole fandom, honestly, but I'm just gonna say it. I do not like Billy. He was a really horrible person and abusive towards Max and extremely violent with her friends, and he had zero growth in the show and had a horrible redemption arc. Seeing the fandom crush over Billy made me extremely uncomfortable. Please hear me out on this one before you go in the comments and just be like, oh, Billy's hot, Billy's hot. You need to think about what I'm trying to say here. Billy at the start was just a bag, honestly. He was just a horrible person, honestly. Like, the amount of scenes that I had to see him in, like from Season 2 to Season 3, they were not good. Like, you can tell he's a bad character just by looking at how he is, and just, oh my god, him grabbing Max by the arm and just, no, that was awful. That was intimidating. When I read Runaway Max, the book about Max's point of view, he burned a dead kitten. That was horrible. Like, he committed animal cruelty on that one. That was I'm not cool with that. Honestly, I didn't give a shit about his backstory. I did not care if he saved the kids or whatever. I still hate him. And what kind of gets me off guard is how the fandom just, like, sees him as this, like, king and, like, oh, he's hot. Like, why are we romanticizing his behavior? Like, make it make sense, please. Here comes another one. Every scene with Karen Wheeler and Billy really made me uncomfortable and came off as alarming. Hear me out on this one. Karen Wheeler was a grown adult. She was, like, a mom with 3 kids. She had a husband. She was a full-grown adult woman. Billy, on the other hand, at the time, he was a teenager. He was a teenager at the time when he first met Karen Wheeler. And the fact that this continued from season 2 all the way to season 3, that was alarming. That was a red flag. That was like, no. Stop. Please stop, Billy. Stop. I feel like the California storyline in season 4 felt weak. Only the Hawkins and Russia storylines was better. I feel like season 4 was really, like, jumbled up in a way. I feel like they were just having, like, one plotting point all the way to the other plotting point. Like, it was just like a transition from this scene to the other. Like, for example, Hawkins, California, Russia, all of that, basically. I feel like the reason why I say California was weak because Hawkins was the primary point for season 4, because Stranger Things takes place in Hawkins, so I don't want the whole setting to take place somewhere else. I want it to take place in Hawkins. This was where it started. I also do like the Russia storyline as well too, because Harper was captured. We all thought he died in season 3, but he survived in season 4 because he was taken away by Russian. And I feel like that was also enjoyable because we get Hopper's point of view on everything as well too. The California storyline was where it kind of fell apart because I feel like the changes that they made, I mean, yeah, we get 11, Will, and Joyce, Jonathan moving to California from their point of view, but I feel like the California storyline was just, like, not executed well, and it just didn't strike me. Argyle was an unnecessary character added into the story and didn't serve any purpose whatsoever. I'm gonna be for real with you all. I feel like Argyle being added was just not a good choice, honestly. I feel like he was just there, to be fair. I mean, the one thing I will agree with was his dialogue was funny, and he was also there to save Mike, Will, and Jonathan, and he basically, like, helped drive around with them as well as 11. I just personally feel like that Argyle was just not a character that needed to be added. I feel like it was just, no, he did made me laugh a few times, but at the same time, I feel like it was better that he shouldn't have been added into the storyline because he served no purpose in the storyline whatsoever. I did not care for Dr. Brenner's death. Harsh, but hear me out on this one. I feel like Dr. Brenner's death in season 4, it just was just, okay, he's dead. Whatever, I don't care. Especially considering the fact that Dr. Brenner literally abused 11 in season 1, and he used her for being a test subject, and it was just like, poor 11, she's been through so much, and now she's finally able to get away from Dr. Brenner. Season 5, though, she's not done yet. Honestly, for me, he had to go, and I wasn't sad about it. I didn't cry about it. I was just like, whatever, he's dead. Bye. See you never. Now, my last one. Max's death was much more sad and impactful than Eddie's death. Eddie's death was pretty sad, at least, but however, the only reason I say Max's death was much more sad than Eddie's, because Eddie is a new character, and I really feel like I hardly ever know much about him. Well, aside from the fact that he's like the leader of the Hellfire Club and all that, sure, we know more about him in some episodes, but then again, he's a new character. Max, however, she was there since season 2. She was there from season 2 all the way to season 4, which is probably going to be season 5, but she won't be involved in much because she's in a coma. I genuinely thought that Max was going to die, like, for real, because she was blind, her bones were broken because of Vecna, and, like, Max was one of my favorite characters as well, too, and I genuinely thought that it was a wrap for her. She was just going to be done, and yeah, I mean, she's not really dead, but she did die for a minute, and that was just sad. I pretty much cried. I cried, like, a lot. It was just so sad that one of my favorite characters died. Which is why you shouldn't have favorite characters, because mine always die, and it's just... yeah. If Max actually did die, it would probably hit a lot harder since she was part of the cast for like a long time, and it was just... yeah, it would definitely hit hard if Max did actually die, which, thank God she's not dead. Well, she's in a coma, but who knows what her role will be in season 5. We don't know yet. Okay, that was all my unpopular opinions. I hope you guys enjoyed them or didn't enjoy them. Either way, it's cool. I really don't care. What are some of your guys' unpopular opinions? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also, if you are watching this video and you see a commenter comment their unpopular opinions, please do not attack them because I will delete your comment. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video, everybody. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to this channel and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my future content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.